Hello everybody, this is Milagros. Welcome to Binah Tarot, and I'm going to be doing the tarot scopes for each one of the zodiac signs in regards to love for the month of January. Let's begin. This month I will be doing the Celtic Cross with the Kingdom Within Tarot by Juno, Lucina and Sharon ThornFeather. And I am going to be pulling one card for advice from the Oracle of Echoes by Tourian. Pisces, this is your January tarot scope in regards to love. And we have the Prince of Swords in the center of the reading. And the Prince of Swords can represent yourself or another person. It is somebody, it can be somebody from an air sign such as Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is a person that it's not very careful with words, that can be quite impulsive and just speak his or her mind very easily, out of impulse, without thinking twice. It might also represent that you are feeling in the need to let some things out, to speak about some things, to address some matters that you might have been holding back because you were afraid of the consequences that bringing them up would mean. Actually, I have the Sun in the position of what is crossing the main topic of the reading. And the Sun tells me, the Sun speaks about what is known, what we can see, what is in a way illuminated by the Sun. And whenever we have this card crossing the reading, it is like it is a reversed, like it is a reversal actually. So this tells me that there is a fear of what the reactions would be, how the egos of the people would get affected once this information is out, whether you are keeping it for yourself because you do not want to hurt somebody else, or whether you are keeping it because you're afraid, as I was telling before, of the consequences that speaking about this or bringing it up might bring up. It can also speak about information that you feel that is being withheld from you by the other person. In regards to the past, I have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands speaks, it's the power of fire. It speaks about, it can speak about fights or misunderstandings with somebody else. It can also speak about the initiative, about something new, about whether a new relationship or a renewal in the relationship, the passion, the chemistry, whether it is the relationship that you are in right now, whether it is a parallel relationship. I'm not saying that that is the case for everybody, but it is one of the scenarios. And it seems that there was a lot of energy. I mean, this whole situation was pretty heated up for a while. And it feels almost as if this energy has been accumulated as the time went by, and it is at the point in which you just want to take it out. But what I have on the top of the reading is a High Priestess. And the High Priestess speaks about what is underneath, under the surface. So I think that is the matter, the topic of the situation in a way. You're trying, or your mind is focused in trying to understand or trying to digest the information that is involved into this situation. Maybe trying to find answers from within your intuition so that you can decide what do you want to do in regards to how this situation will be handled in the future. It feels as well as if the energy of the moon is quite relevant in this case, going through emotional cycles of ups and downs, and feeling like your emotions might feel almost exalted or accelerated whenever these thoughts, whenever this situation hits up and the things start building up again, and you feel like under a lot of pressure, but at the same time really unsure of what to do, and trying to find for some sort of illumination or answers within yourself before taking any step further. On the bottom we have the King of Swords. That is what is underneath, and this can be the person that I was speaking about, the air sign person, or it can represent you, and I think it's most likely to represent you. And what I was telling before, that will to say the things, to just speak the things out loud. You might have been very patient in the past, and maybe you are losing that patience right now. You're feeling that you want to let this information, these feelings out. Maybe you feel that you need to cut some people from your life, or to cut yourself from the situation because maybe it became unhealthy. But it almost feels as if you are protecting your feelings in a way in which you no longer want to address them, but maybe just cut them off, cut them away, and break free from the pressure that it means to you. Maybe you feel that the other person is being a little bit too tough on you, and you do not want to just put yourself in a more vulnerable position so that that person can, I won't say take advantage of the situation, but maybe feel like he's overpowering, or how can I say, like maybe not letting that person feel that he's having a negative effect on you, or the power to control the way you feel, and the power to harm you in a way. In regards to the current energy, we have the moon, and the moon has to do with, again, it's quite related to the High Priestess in many ways. In this case, it's a card that represents Pisces. It represents what lies underneath. It represents the fears. It represents the answers that we can find only in the dark. And this tells me that right now you still want to find that answers, but you are probably too afraid of these answers. Maybe you have been in a situation for too long where you felt comfortable, or at least protected, where you at least knew what to expect, and right now you don't know anymore. What are you going to do about this situation? You don't know anymore where the situation is heading. You don't know anymore whether you should trust or not what the people is telling you, or if you should trust or not yourself or your feelings. It feels almost as if you are in a point in which you desperately need clarity, and it is being very challenging for you to find that clarity within your own doubts, within your own fears, and maybe in the moments when you try to connect with yourself and with your intuition, you just end up a little bit more confused and a little bit more afraid of what is going to come up. In regards to the surroundings, we have the Justice card, and this tells me about a person, about the other person's energy, and it tells me that the person might want to have a conversation, might want to probably clear the air. There is like something to solve, something to speak about, like a need to address whatever is going on. Maybe it feels a little bit too cold, because to see a conversation that has to do with the relationship with the Justice card might feel quite cold. So in case you are married and you are discussing separation, then the other person might want to discuss the terms of that separation, or maybe discuss the terms of reconciliation, but in a very formal way, maybe in a way that feels a little bit too structured, a little bit like I was telling before, a little bit cold for you, a little bit too, like it's putting limits on you, like it makes you feel you are almost obliged to have this conversation. The other person might be putting some pressure on you, or you might feel that or might want to find some common ground, although you yourself feel quite different than the other person, because we have the sun and the moon. So this speaks about trying to find a common ground between two people who can be very different from each other. In regards to the unexpected, we have the Page of Swords that speaks about what we were telling before, trying to speak out, to take out the things. We have a King of Swords, we have a Prince of Swords, we have a Page of Swords. There's a lot of air energy during this month, a lot of communication, thoughts. You're going to be thinking a lot. You are going to be speaking. I think this card tells me that you are going to speak up finally. You are going to let these things out because they have been, or you have been holding on to them for too long, and it just doesn't feel healthy anymore to keep clinging to them in a way. This might also warn you that the other person will try to play the victim. So just keep that in mind. Try not to feel bad. Try not to let the other person manipulate your feelings. And if you really, really need to get a message across, just make sure that you are getting it across, not influenced or not in fear of what the other person might think or not. I think it's valid to take these thoughts out and not hold them inside yourself anymore, because they just became like a bit of a burden. In regards to the future cards, we have the Eight of Swords and the Tower card. And the Eight of Swords speaks about feeling trapped. This is what we were telling before. It feels, but it is also a state of mind in a way. It is not something, it is not that you're really trapped into a situation that the other person doesn't even let you speak. It means that you yourself put or feel that you have been placed into a very uncomfortable situation in which you have not many options. Maybe you're too afraid. And this also tells me that you're very afraid of speaking out, whatever is in your mind. And the outcome of this will be the Tower. And the Tower has to do with an explosion. An explosion that will clean, that will purify in a way the things for good, or with very intense results. Definitely with very intense results, whether it is for better or for worse. I think that whatever you have inside yourself, you won't be able to hold it anymore. I think this card also represents, it's a major arcana and represents the energies. I think that you're going to find yourself in a position in which you will feel that life just took the things to the limit, and you just need to let it all out and let the bomb blow and cleanse or take whoever is involved into the situation, or whoever contributed to make this situation almost very difficult to handle for you. Maybe you were not under pressure, maybe the other person was not pushing you, but in some way you feel like you need this renewal. In some way you need to let this information and these feelings out so that you can find some peace within yourself again. As we see, there is a phoenix coming out of that explosion. So whatever is shaken in your life during this month, it is going to be rebuilt. It should be better. You should look forward to it in a way. It is a bit scary, but it also feels like a cleansing. In regards to the advice card, we have the breakthrough card, which is quite similar to the Tower in a way. It speaks about actually breaking through the surface. The things might seem perfect from the outside. Maybe other people did not even realize that you are facing issues. But the truth is that there is so much that you have to let out. And this breakthrough will make you know more about yourself, more about your limits, more about what you want or not want in your life or in a relationship. Whether it is you walking away from this relationship or staying in this relationship, there is something that you really, really need to take out. There is a breakthrough that is in order, and that will also clarify to the other person where exactly are you standing into this situation. If you are single, then it might be that you just need to let your feelings out, to cry, to speak to somebody, but almost breaking free from whatever has been restricting you during the past months. This is just a general reading, and you can always check your ascendant, your moon sign and Venus in order to get more information, or you can book a private reading with me by following the links that I am leaving down below. You can have access to my 60-minute reading. It's a 65-minute reading actually during this month. It's an in-depth reading in which we can see further details on specific or general situations. There is also a promo that I launched for this month. It's my 30-minute reading, which costs only $29 instead of $35. This is an offer that is valid during the month of January because of the new year. Also, I launched a new contest, and you only need to share a Facebook post that I'm going to be linking down below as well. And you have to like my Facebook page and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to set the privacy to public so that I can see that you have shared. The contest expires on the 15th of January, and I should be announcing the winner on the 16th or 17th. Also, I made a separate video, and unfortunately I could do it only in Spanish because I was really in a hurry. It was just a live broadcast. And during that broadcast I was thanking everybody because I hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, and this is only thanks to you and to your support. Besides that, I am also explaining the delay on the yearly tarot scopes of the rest of the signs. I had to go on a trip, so I didn't really have the option to transfer the videos from my memory card to my computer as I was recording them. So when I tried to actually transfer the files, I realized that it was pretty much corrupted. They were corrupted. It was impossible to rebuild the database. So although I tried, eventually I just realized that I will have to re-record them from scratch. They are lengthy videos, so please bear with me because it will take some time. It was from Virgo to Pisces. So, besides that, I really hope you have a wonderful new year. I have the best wishes for you. Thank you so much for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for the comments and the support that you have shown me. And I really hope to see you next month again. Bye bye.